We're back, taking a look at another one of the blind boosters from the Reinforcements OP pack. This time around it's the Romulan I.R.W. Belak. It's another D'deridex-class. As with the last handful of them, this one's from my friend's collection, so again the tokens are missing as well as the generic captain. Other than that though, we'll get in and take a look. We have our generic D'deridex dial. Same thing we've had all along, nothing new there. Got the relatively familiar D'deridex maneuver dial there. Has that 2 reverse, missing the 1 reverse, which is still odd to me, but lacking the tight 1 turns, but has pretty much everything. Very maneuverable ship for its size. That 2 reverse can be very surprising to people at times. There we have our named IRW Belak. 3 attack, 2 agility, 6 hull, 4 shield. Pretty nice. 2 tech upgrades, 2 weapon upgrades, and a crew upgrade for 30 points. You have evasive, target lock, cloak, and sensor echo. And our named ability is, when defending, you may reroll 1 of your battle station results. If your ship is cloaked, you can reroll all of your battle station results. Kind of a nice ability there. It gives a little bit extra durability. We have our generic D'deridex-class. You're losing 1 shield. This is actually completely different. You lose 1 tech upgrade, you lose 1 weapon upgrade, but you're gaining a crew slot for 28 points. For captains, we have Lovok. Captain skill of 3 for 2 points. During the modify attack dice step, you may re-roll all of your blank results. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token on your ship. And he may field the Tal Shiar elite talent upgrade even though he doesn't have an elite talent slot. Kind of nice there. He's pretty mediocre captain and only a 3 skill, but he's pretty balanced with the other captains from the other blind boosters. Our elite talent this time is Tal Shiar. 5 points. During the planning phase, after all ships have chosen their maneuvers, you may discard this card to target a single ship at range 1 to 3. Look at that ship's maneuver dial. Then place a battle station token beside your ship. You cannot perform a battle station this action, even as a free action this round. And upgrade can only be purchased for a Romulan captain. It's interesting, gives you a little bit of knowledge that you can look at your opponent's dial and see what they're doing, as well as get that free battle station. 5-point discard, it's kind of steep. Sometimes it's worth it. This one's kind of iffy on if it's worth it or not. Being able to look at their dial is nice, but there's lots of other ways to do that. Free battle station's nice, but again, seems a little overcosted for what it does. Works in this pack for the OP sealed type environment, but other than that, I think there's better options than this. For crew, we have Talera. 3 points. As an action, target a ship at range 1 to 2 and roll an attack die. If you roll a hit or a crit result, discard this card and 1 crew upgrade on the targeted ship. Very nice that it doesn't care if the targeted ship is cloaked or if its shields are up or down. It's good in that respect. The chances of rolling a hit or crit are, I think, 50-50 on the die. I'm trying to remember how they're spaced out, but it's still nice in there. The nice thing is that if you don't roll the hit or crit, it doesn't discard her, so you can reuse the ability and try again next turn. It is an action to do, which kind of sucks, but that little bit of reuse makes it really worth it, in my opinion, especially if you're going up against like Federation with their crew heavy builds. For weapon upgrades, we have aft disruptor emitters. 2 points. Attack value of 3, 1 to 3 range. Disable this card to perform the attack. You may only fire this weapon at a ship that is not in your forward firing arc. Basically, it's Romulan's turn to get a 360-degree fire arc. I like the fact that it's range 3. It has only 3 attack dice, but then again, the main primary attack value on these ships are only 3. So, 360-degree fire arc for the cost of a disable is pretty good in my opinion. For our tech upgrade, we have modified cloaking device. 5 points. On the round you perform a cloak action, your ship can only be target locked by a ship that's within range 1 of your ship. In addition, you may roll your full defense dice in spite of the presence of an opponent's scan token while you're cloaked. Nice on both accounts a little overpriced, but then again, that ability to not be target locked unless somebody's at range 1, even on the turn while you're cloaking, that's usually the weakness to being running a cloaked ship, is that turn where you initially cloak, you're susceptible to be target locked, and this negates that pretty much unless they're right on top of you. So it can compensate for the cost. It's definitely a interesting option. There we have our IRW Belak base, 90-degree front arc, no rear arc, but again we have that weapon upgrade that lets us fire 360 degrees, which is nice if you choose to put that on there. Then we have our generic D'deridex. The ship model itself is kind of interesting. Not quite as cool as some of the other ones we've seen in this brick, but it's definitely unique now. This one's kind of that clear. You can see it on the nose section here. It's that transparent, translucent, I guess, green. Very similar to the recent Vrax. The actual ship itself back here looks like it kind of has like almost a dusting or painting on it, which makes it a little less see-through than the nose section. But other than that, they didn't really paint anything on it. There's almost what appears to be a sort of wash over the detailed sections on the bottom. Makes the seams down in a little darker, but not much to it. Definitely, if you're interested in painting, this is going to be a cool model because it's going to let you do a lot of cool stuff with it. But kind of a letdown compared to some of the other models that we've gotten in the blind boosters. And this has always bugged me about the D'deridex-class ships. There's a seam right here where the top and the bottom halves of the ships meet, and if you can see at just the right angles, it doesn't even meet up properly, so you can actually see right through them. And they're that way on most of them, or they have these terrible mold lines like this that stick out on them. So, interesting model, definitely has some potential, but not one of the better ones we've seen. So overall, it's another decent ship on its own. Combined with some of your upgrades, you can do a decent amount of damage for a ship that only has a native 3 attack. The 360 degree arc is a nice thing, and the modified cloaking device definitely has its uses. If I were to draw this in the sealed for the OP events, there's worse out there. Not one of the best ships, but definitely useful. If you're playing faction pure or whatnot for Romulans, there's some really nice upgrades here, as well as another D'deridex ship. I know we've already got like 5 or 6, but this one has a better ability than some of them, not quite as good as others. So it's kind of in the middle of the road. Definitely worth getting if you're a Romulan player. If not, luck of the draw if you get it during the blinds, and use it to trade for something you want if you don't play Romulans. Anyway, that's it for this one, and we'll see you in the next video.